My name is Shell Jones, and I'm the parent and founder of Place for Autistic Children. My story began about 8.5 years ago when I had my first child, a little boy. And as time progressed and he started to get a little older, my motherly instinct kicked in, and I started to witness some, what I would like to term, odd behaviors. He would do things like spin constantly. He'd take and rewind 5 to 15 second segments of a movie or a SpongeBob show, and he rewinded over and over and over. But one of the bigger indicators that something was wrong was that at about 1 year old, he had a vocabulary of about 10 to 15 words. Shortly thereafter, about 14 to 16 months, he started to regress. He eventually lost them all to not being able to communicate at all. So of course then I decided to take him in and get him checked out, and unfortunately he was diagnosed with autism. And like most of you, I had never encountered the disorder or heard anything about it. So my first question was, what is autism? As it was explained to me, autism is a set of complex neurological behaviors or disorders that affect the social and communication part of a child's life. It consists of repetitive behaviors like I was starting to witness in my son with the spinning and so on, so forth. Lack of communication, and just kind of in his own world. A lot of people would come over and visit and say, how come he ignores us? And that was what I got all the time. Just imagine being affected by autism and not being able to communicate with the world around you. Basically being trapped in your body. And the biggest dream for my son is for him to become a productive citizen of our community, for him to be able to effectively communicate with others, his wants, his needs, his dislikes, his desires. My biggest fear, of course I have a lot of them, is for starters, is someone mistreating my son in school or elsewhere? Is he being inappropriately touched? But I think my largest fear is, who's going to take care of my son when I'm gone? So as I began to journey through the course of this disorder and helping my son, I realized that there was no place for me to take him without being judged, getting those stares, the whispers, and just feeling uncomfortable. So I decided to create that community. Place for Autistic Children will be a fun-filled, judgment-free haven of hope for families affected by autism. It'll be a revolutionary complement to the autism equation of intervention and awareness, in that it embraces the entire family as opposed to the affected individual. We'll offer things like a carousel, a computer cafe, an art room, music therapy, playscape, haircut hut, which seems to be very popular with our parents as we tell them about the features of the center. We'll also offer resource management forums for parents to connect with autism-related professionals like dentists, special needs trust advisors, and people of that sort. We'll also have calming centers for the kids to, after a meltdown, to perhaps regroup and rejoin the activities. So we'd like to ask that you please open your hearts and open your wallets and help us to achieve our dream of building this facility. It's a one-of-a-kind destination to impact the lives of families affected by autism. Our build-out cost is $1.3 million, and with your generosity and kindness, we will definitely be able to achieve that. Thank you.